Welcome back to That's It. So, I want to speak my truth about Sudiksha Konanki, that I very, very firmly believe that she is alive, that someone took her against her will on March 6th of 2025, and we have to keep on talking about her, keep mentioning her name, keep mentioning that she is alive, that she was abducted, she's probably sex trafficking, and against her will. And if the media from Dominican Republic is not going to talk about it, then sure enough, I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep saying her name because she's very much alive. And the media here, the social media, the platforms, we all should be talking about it and also praying that she comes home safe, you guys, because none of this makes any sense to me at all. And I and everyone that has been commenting about this said exactly the same thing. None of it makes sense. From her at the bar scene, from her at the beach, from her friends leaving her and taking her phone and her wallet, leaving with another college student that they didn't even know, the two suspicious men at the bar, walking towards the beach with the other two friends of hers. The five friends have not spoken or made a statement about the disappearance of Samnak, Samnak, excuse me, and nothing like that, which is very disturbing and appalled to me. Okay, and it just breaks my heart that this is even happening. A young 20-year-old med student who had her whole life ahead of her, and no one's not talking about it, especially here in the United States. Yes, I understand, you guys, that she went vacation on Dominican Republic and she was missing there, but she's an American, you guys. She's an American. So as an American, shouldn't the news be talking about it? Keep mentioning this case, putting pressure on the Dominican Republic police authorities. And I get it; it's a different authority, different system, and everything. But keep in mind, she's an American. She's an American who went on spring break to have a good time with her friends. And I continue to question whether these were her friends or not, because those are not good friends that will leave her behind at the beach with a random college student that they don't even know. They just met at the bar. Take her phone, her wallet, and everything, and just say, "Sayonara, she can handle it," while she was a little bit intoxicated. Both of them were. It just it's irresponsible on their part, the friends' part. So I blame the friends as well because they were wrong for leaving her. They were very wrong. And I know that people need to take accountability of their actions or whatever, but when you go out with a group of friends, your girlfriends, you go out together, you leave together, you stick together. You don't leave anyone behind. Point blank, period. You just don't. That's just a rule, and that's just common sense. And I feel like those friends did not have common sense at all. I got a lot of comments. Maybe they were jealous of her. My thing is, if that was the case, then why go on vacation with these five girls? If did Kanachi had that feeling that they were jealous towards her, and for what? And let me tell you something. If I had that inclination that my friends were jealous of me, I would never go on vacation with them because I don't know what they're capable of. That's just me, my mindset of what I would think. I would never be in a room with them alone because they wouldn't have my back. Now, is that possible? I'm not sure. I'm not in Kanashi's head. I don't know. I have no idea. A lot of you comment that her friends could have been jealous of her. It's a possibility. I'm not ruling it out. But again, if she knew that her friends was jealous or felt a certain type of way, why go on vacation? Unless they worked it out and then made peace and then they went on vacation together and maybe they did something just to spite her to get her back. I don't know. Young girls can be very catty, very catty. So it's a possibility. It is, but I just feel like we need to put pressure on in that hotel because I feel like that Rio hotel, the staff, they know something. Okay, something is up in that hotel. There've been many incidents in that hotel that no one's not talking about or no one's not saying anything. The employees, the staff, whatever. Because according to my source, that a lot of girls got roofied, drugged, or taken, and the possibility is sex trafficking. Okay, now, and they made it all go away because no one Doesn't talk about it. No one hasn't mentioned anything. It's not on the news. It hasn't been reported. And I just feel like it's happening again, but it's happening to an American student on their soil, and they're not doing anything about it. And I feel like if there was more pressure on them, that someone will speak, someone will talk, and someone will say something. Now I know there, whoever may know something is scared. They're scared. They don't want to get involved because they know that their country is very corrupt with the government, with the judge, with the police. They don't want to get involved. But I guarantee you, you guys, someone knows what happened and they're not saying anything. And I'm telling you, I'm asking you, please step up and say something. Say something if you know something. Now, if you feel like you don't trust the authorities, you don't trust anyone, please DM me privately. And I will make sure that I will get that information to the right person. Trust and believe if you're afraid to go to your authorities. Because this is just unsettling. Like, it's Thursday. It's gonna be Friday tomorrow, and nothing. Her body still not have been found, you guys. Okay, it doesn't make any sense at all. And if you know something, please step forward and say something. I know you guys are scared. Whoever knows something, I know that you're scared. I know that you want to be involved, but put yourself in your shoes if that was your daughter or your son, and someone knew something about the disappearance of your child. Would you want someone to say something? Would you want someone to step up and do the right thing? And that's all I'm asking. Do the right thing and step up and tell the truth. Tell what you know. I know fear, it can clog your judgment. It can make you not do the right thing, but don't let fear overwin. Don't let corruption overwin, because the truth always wins. The truth always wins. So I am pleading with you, whoever is watching this from the Dominican Republic, if you know something, please say something, because their parents are just in agony. The mother is in agony. They told them, misinformation that their daughter drowned when they knew that their daughter did not drown. Because if that was true, and the fact of the matter is, her body would resurface, but her body has not resurfaced. Yes, they said they saw her sandals, they saw her bathing suit. That could have been one easily planted to make you and me and everyone think that she drowned. Okay, when there's a possibility that she was taken and left, and probably struggling, and left those belongings behind. It's a possibility, you guys. We have to use our thinking caps, and 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 think of not be smart about it, but use our thinking caps, and be detectives. Be detectives. Okay, I'm not. Is it possible that she was in the water? It could be, but how we know? We're going by based on what Joshua is saying. And again, he changed his story 4 times, you guys. 4 times. How do we know that they went to the water? We're going by according to what he said. We don't know that. We don't know. There's no cameras. There's no anything recorded at the beach. So how do we know? We taking this kid word face value. We don't know. Now, if he was telling the truth before, and if he was consistent, then I would believe him. But I don't believe him, because none of his story makes sense. It doesn't make sense at all. He was asked 8 questions and he declined them all, which I'm going to read to you in a little bit. But think about it. He said that they went in the water. They started kissing. How do we know that they went in the water and they started to make out? We don't know that. We're going by based on him, what he said. So I don't know. It's hard for me to trust Joshua, what he's saying to the authorities, and the statement that he's given, when his statement is not. It's inconsistent. It's all over the place. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what do you have to hide? Now, I get it that you were drunk, you had too much to drink, you're probably nervous. But if you knew that you have nothing to hide, and you know that you're innocent, then you shouldn't be nervous. You shouldn't. You should just tell the truth, and tell the authorities what you remember, and just be honest. And for you not answering the questions, that makes me to believe that you have something to hide, or you just don't want to tell what really happened, and you just make some cuck up story about some BS that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. And that's my truth, and that's what I believe. None of it makes sense. I don't believe anything that what Joshua had to say in his statements. I believe that it's a lie. I'm just going to be real with you guys. It's a lie. I don't think he's really fulfilling, telling the truth. I really don't. And it's just sad. It's just sad all over that this girl has been missing for like it's going to be 4 weeks now, and there's nothing been reported. No one hasn't been talking about it. I know a few people are talking about it in social media, and on TikTok, on YouTube. It's just very upsetting to me that nothing is done. They're not questioning the bartender. They're not questioning those two gentlemen. They didn't question the best friends that were there. Nothing. They just kept focusing on Josh. Josh. They haven't done their research. They haven't even dig up more things that I could have done. And I'm not even a detective. I'm not even a cop, but I have common sense. If I saw the footage, you guys, if I saw the footage, which I did, seeing these two men, okay, sniffing the cup, talking to the bartender, looking at the girl, those two gentlemen were outside walking towards the beach while Kanishi's friends was walking at the beach too. Don't you think that's a red flag? Don't you think that's a little suspicious? Why not interview them and Josh? But they didn't do that. They kept focusing on him. Why? Why focus on him directly but not focusing anyone else? Did they get the chance to watch the videos footage? Did they? Did the authorities did? They didn't think that something is up, something is weird, but they didn't do anything because they want this to go away, you guys. They don't want us to keep talking about it. They don't want a spectacle because it just mess up their money. It just mess up for tourism to come and visit. That's all they care about. They care about their money. They care about their reputation, and they don't want to scare tourism away. That's the bottom line. And I'm saying it, and I don't care because it is the truth. Because if they really cared about this young college student, the authorities would have done everything they can in the DR to find her, to question everyone, because everyone's a suspect, everyone, including the friends. I just don't understand that. If it was in the United States, everyone would be questioned. Everyone would be interviewed. But don't interview one person, one guy. Yes, I get it. He was the last person to see her. Yes, I get it. He's a person of interest. However, she was in other places too. Okay, she was at the bar, at the beach. She was with her friends as well. I mean, clearly you can see that Joshua was just puking his brain out, that he was just wasted. Okay, and not to question these two men is very alarming to me. Very, and I just don't understand why. I really don't. And for the fact of the matter is, they had to tell their parents. I mean, they told their parents, "Oh, their daughter drowned." How do you know? There's no body. Why would you say that to the parents? Why would you say that? Because they don't speak English? Because you feel like they're dumb and stupid, and then if you tell them whatever they want to hear, they're just going to dismiss it and believe you guys? Well, it worked. It worked because they did. And they fell for it, sadly, because they're going through grief and they're going through pain and agony, and they fell for it. And I'm not blaming the parents. I'm blaming the authorities because they took advantage of that. They took advantage of these two parents who probably don't know the laws and know the system, and then these people trusted these authorities, and they just told them whatever they want to hear. And I'm going to show you the footage of this, okay? Because it's very alarming, and I'm very disgusted by the authorities telling these parents this. So I'm going to let you watch, and you tell me your input and what you think of this video.
We kindly ask you to.
Oh, sorry. I gotta put it up. Sorry. There we go.
We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers. This is incredibly difficult for us to process. We believe 100% in the authorities' investigation. The conditions in the waves of the ocean that makes to believe, we have to believe 100% of authorities. That's why we came to that conclusion.
So the authorities told you that they believe she drowned?
Of the authorities have shown us how high the ocean waves were at the time of incident. And both sides of the authorities also clarified that the person of interest is not suspect from the beginning. It is with deep sadness and heavy and heavy heart that we are coming to the terms with the fact that
Okay, let me pause right there because I can't see this. This breaks my heart. This breaks my heart. Now you trying to tell me this mother is okay with this? Look at her. She walked away because she could not even bear to hear the husband's statement, what he had to say. You think this mother is okay to declare her daughter dead? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's get real here. Let's get serious. Absolutely not. You heard from the father's mouth. The authorities told them that their daughter drowned. What body? What conclude that she drowned? Because you saw a pair of her sandals? Because you saw a bathing suit, Cheryl? What concludes that? Nothing. There's still no body. Again, they want this to go away. And sadly enough, the parents believe their authorities. The parents have no idea what the authorities were trying to do. They're trying to want them to make a statement, which they did, to clear their daughter dead, to wash this and make it go away. Boom, 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 bam. That's it. And sure enough, they did it. They fall right to the bait. They did. You think that mother wants to declare her daughter dead? No. But again, in their Indian culture, they have to respect the husband. The husband makes all the decisions. The husband had the say. But she didn't want to do this. She didn't have a voice. But I'm having a voice for her, for the mother. If I was a mother, I would have told my husband, absolutely not. We're not making that statement. I would have told the police authorities, what concludes you to think that our daughter drowned? Where's the body? Where's the evidence? I'm not accepting this. And she should not accept this, which she does not accept clearly because she walked away. I don't understand why the father is not seeing that because according to my notes, the father thought it was foul play at first. But then they convinced him it was not foul play, that she drowned. And then they believed him. He believed them, pardon me. He believed them wholeheartedly, 100%. Why? Why would you believe them? You thought that the authorities had your best interest in heart and your daughter? No, they don't. They did not. Clearly. They don't care about your daughter. They just wanted the situation to go away because they didn't want a spectacle in their country. They don't want reporters to report this day in and day out. Because I guarantee you, if it was a spectacle, if there was reports every single day, I guarantee you someone would have said something. If there would have been a ransom, someone would have said something. Someone would have come forward and said something. But they didn't because they took advantage of these grieving parents. And it's utterly disgusting. I'm disgusted by the Dominican Republic because they knew exactly what they're doing. You think they would have done this to an American? Hell no. You think they would do this to another parent? Hell no. They would have told them, kick rocks. We're not leaving. We're not leaving your country until we find our child. Period. I know I would have said that. You have to kill me first before I leave your country. You got to remove me because I'm not going nowhere. That's what I would have said to the authorities. Find my child because my child is out there. Until you presume a body, my child is out there. And that's what the parents should have said. But no, they took advantage of the parents. They took advantage of the parents' grief and their emotion and everything, which that was a mistake. A mistake. Now they declared their daughter dead. And I hope the parents are watching and listening, or whoever is listening, they will talk to the parents and have the parents reconsider and change, not to declare their daughter dead. Have TJ Ward to do an investigation over there in the DR, because I guarantee he will find the truth what happened to her. Because the Dominican Republic, the police officers, the judge, the governor, they don't give a damn about her. They don't give a damn about the Americans. They really don't. They absolutely don't. Because if they did, they would not go to the parents and tell the parents to say that. They would have told the parents that. They would have told the parents, we will fight tooth and nail. We will not rest. We will not sleep until we find your daughter. They should have said that to the parents. Then they would have gave their parents hope and encouragement. But what they did, they just said, your daughter drowned. She's dead, so you have to declare her dead and walk away. The father is accepting this. The mother is not. Clearly, you just saw her walked away. She's not accepting this. She knows her daughter is still alive. She knows her daughter is not dead, but she can't say anything because in her culture, the man is the head. The man is the head of the household. He sets the rules, and I respect everyone's culture. I really do, but when it comes to a child, that goes out the window. I'm sorry. Forget the rules. Forget the culture. When it comes to a child, forget it. No, we're not doing it. I'm not listening to anyone. I'm not listening to we're going to find our child. And that's what should have happened. And I'm just like so pissed and livid that they're just giving up. And again, I'm not blaming the parents. They're just giving up because what their authorities told them, which is utterly wrong and not right. Not right at all. That's why, again, I truly, truly believe, you guys, that she is still alive. She is somewhere out there against her will. And she's trying to fight back to get back home. And we all need to continue to pray, continue to keep talking about this. I will not rest, you guys. I am not giving up. I'm going to continue to mention her name. I'm going to continue talking about this because she's very much alive. And I'm not just saying it just to say it. Like I said, she is very much alive. I can feel it every fiber of my being that girl is alive. Until the authorities says otherwise, she is alive. Again, her body has not been found yet. Have not been found. So explain that to me. Explain it. Her body has not been found. And again, I just hope and pray that the parents will reconsider and not declare their daughter dead. Not declare their daughter dead. Because this whole situation doesn't make any sense. And I want to read to you. And Joshua, that whole thing is just so wrong. So like the parents, him, it's just really, really bizarre to me. Okay, he was asked 8 questions when he was in the DR. You guys, 8 questions. Okay, 8 questions, and then he said, "My lawyers advised me not to answer that question," and I agreed to it. Agreed to them. Now, if you have nothing to hide and you're innocent, and you said that you tried to save her from the water because you used to be a lifeguard, okay? Why not answer these questions? If you did, that's what I'm saying, you guys. It doesn't make any sense. If you say you did all those things, that's why I'm truly, truly believe that he didn't do none of this. Like the statements that he said, this probably was a lie. He probably made that shit up, okay? Because why not answer the questions? If you have nothing to hide and you have your attorney present with you, it's not like you were questioned alone. It's not like you didn't know the questions because it was told to you in English. Okay, there was your lawyer, there was the police officers who translate the questions, and you decide not to answer because your attorney advised you not to. Why? If you're innocent and don't have nothing to hide, why not answer these 8 simple, basic questions, which I'm going to read to you. Number 1, how can we verify that everything you said corroborates to the truth? My lawyer advised me not to answer that question, and I followed their advice. Okay. Question number 2. How can you tell us what you told your friends, Charter Joseph, when he asked about the missing girl, Konanki? My lawyer advised me not to answer that. Okay. What do you think about Sudiksha disappearance? My lawyer advised me not to answer that. Did young Sudiksha know how to swim or not? I don't know how to answer that. My lawyers advised me not to answer that. I did not answer that. You said you were in the water with her. You saved her. So did she knew how to swim or not? He couldn't answer that. Question number 5. Do you remember if young Konanki made any gestures or cried when she was in the sea? My lawyers advised me not to answer that question, and I follow their advice. Simple question. Why are you not answering? Red flag, red flag. Question number 6. Did you inform the authorities or the hotel what happened to you and to the girl on the beach? My lawyer advised me not to answer that. Okay. Question number 7. Did you tell your friends what happened with you and the girl on the beach? My attorney told me not to. Again, ridiculous. Listen, if I was a dude, right, and then was with a girl, a random girl that I don't know, and then we made out on the beach, you would think, if I was a guy, I would tell my guy friend, yo, look what happened. I was at the beach with this girl. You remember the girl that we met at the bar? We were at the beach. We were making out. We were in the water. The tide almost, took us away, but I saved the blah, blah, blah. He didn't say none of that stuff. Nothing. Crickets. Again, suspicious. So the statement that he told the authorities is a lie, okay? Because he can't even answer these 8 questions. A lie. Last question. Question number 8. How do you feel about this situation? My attorney advised me not to answer that. Like, no emotion, no nothing. Like, these are 8 simple questions. You can't answer it? Boy, bye. Utterly disgust. I'm not saying he's guilty, okay? I'm just saying that he knows more than he's telling. He knows more than he's saying, and he's not saying it. 8 simple questions you cannot answer, and if you were there, you're the last person to see her. You told her, you made a statement that you were in the water with her. You can't even answer that. You can't answer none of these 8 simple questions. I can answer those if I was there. Point blank, period. And if you don't remember, just say, be honest. Listen, I had too much to drink. I don't remember. I passed out. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. If you have nothing to hide, tell the truth. But you lied. Your story is inconsistent 4 times. Doesn't make any sense. And you couldn't even answer the 8 simple questions. And now the case is closed for him. So he can get to go on his merry way and be in the States and live his best life. I hope he doesn't, to be honest with you. I don't wish any harm on him or his family, but I just hope his life is hard. I really do. Like I said, I believe in karma. I hope his life is hard because this guy, Joshua Reedy, he knows. He knows what happened. If you can't answer these 8 questions, you know something. And you're not willing to tell the truth. You're not forthcoming to say anything. You don't even care. Look at the parents. And the parents trusted him. So, oh, we believe that Joshua didn't do anything. He tried to save our daughter. That's a lie. He did not. He knows something and he's not saying it. And that's how the parents, I feel like, so naive and so trustworthy because they believe what the authorities told them. That Joshua tried to save your daughter. He did this, he did that, when he clearly blacked out because he was heavily drunk. Okay, you could see it in the footage. He was puking his brain out. He was drunk. We don't know what happened. We don't know if she was in the water or not with him. We don't know none of that stuff. We're going by according to what he said when there's no footage of what he's saying backing his claims up. So yeah, I don't believe anything that Joshua have to say. I don't believe that the statement that he mentioned. This is why we need TJ Ward, because he has this machine that he can put and look and read the statements of what Joshua said to tell you guys, to tell us if he was telling the truth or not. This is why it's very critical and super important that I hope and pray that Konanki's parents reconsider and change their mind and hire TJ Ward. I guarantee you guys, he is the man that will get to the truth of everything. He will. He did it with Natalie Hollowell. He did it with other cases. I'm telling you, he's the man. He's the best guy for this. And I just hope and pray that someone convinces the mom and the dad. Most likely the dad, because I feel like the mom will be on board with this 100%. Because looking at that video, when she walked away, it clearly indicates to me that she believes her daughter is not dead. She don't want to believe her daughter is not dead. So it's more of the fact is convincing the father of this and not letting the father listen to the white noise, not listen to this community. It's your daughter. It's your daughter, for goodness sake. Who cares what people think or say? It's your daughter. She's 20 years old. We all have done stupid things. You should not shame her for that. You should not care what people say because she got drunk and then she went to the beach with a young college student guy. Okay? We all have done it, but you should not shun her for that. You should not shame her for that. She is your daughter. Don't you want to know the truth? And I'm talking directly towards the parents. Please reconsider. TJ Ward is your man. He's your guy to find answers for you. Don't you want answers? Don't you want to know the truth about what happened to your daughter? instead of listening to the authorities in the Dominican Republic, because there's a bunch, they're liars. They lie. They don't care about your daughter or her well being. They probably know what happened to her and they're not saying anything. And that's the sad part about it, is because they seem like trustworthy people. They believe people face value and they don't see right through them. If it was me, I would have saw right through them. If it was any parent, they would have saw right through them. Because we know. I'm from New York. I can smell bullshit away. I don't play around with that. Now when it comes to my family, my nieces, once I have a child, I don't play with that. I really don't. Because I can smell bullshit. Okay? Don't bullshit a bullshitter. You hear me? Don't do that. Because I used to bullshit in my teens and my 20s. I can smell that a mile away. Okay, I can pick up on that. So they couldn't do that to me. They couldn't do it to anyone else. But they took advantage of these people, which is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. They should have not done that. They should have not done that. And I'm asking you, the people in the Dominican Republic, the people at the resort, if you know something and you are afraid, please DM me privately. Send me a message and I will get it out to the right person so they can investigate. Please, because that's someone's child out there who is fighting for her life to come back home. And we need that voice for her. We need justice for her. And it's just unfathomable that this is happening. You know, I'm just so sick and tired that, things are happening with young girls, young boys that had their whole life ahead of them, and then their life is taken short. Their life is taken so soon, so short, when they had their whole life ahead of them to do great things, and now they can't. But I believe she's not dead. I don't believe at all. I believe that, again, she was taken against her will. She's probably sex trafficking. She's probably drugged. God knows what. And they're keeping her alive. And I just feel like, time is wasted. It's April. What date is it? April 3rd? Yeah, April 3rd. And it's like, we have to get this ball started. We have to get some PIs and we have to get the media to keep talking about it and keep reporting this, because this is getting really, really ridiculous. We need to bring her home. We really do. And to speak about this and not have this case die and have it to be a cold case. It's just not right. This whole thing it's not right. Everything it looks very suspicious. Nothing makes sense to me. Nothing seems right at all. At all. Everything is red flag. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Everything. Everything. So that's all I have to say about that, you guys. Let me know your comments and your thoughts, what I just spoke about and what I just said. And please keep your prayers. Keep praying for her, what I meant. To the family, I'm going to continue to pray. I've been praying every single day. I've been praying since this story broke out. I'm not going to rest. I am not going to stop. I will be talking about this until I'm blue in the face, until someone do something about it. That someone would take accountability of this, because this is just absolutely wrong, you guys. Absolutely wrong. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for watching. That's it. I will see you guys next time. And again, keep praying and praying for the family.